It's just after sunrise and I'm on a Japanese fishing trawler headed for one of the most remarkable places on Earth. It's an island just off the south coast. It was once the most densely populated place on the planet. Now, it's a ghost island. Hashima is a tiny island with a big story to tell. Not so long ago, this place was packed, thriving, a metropolis. Michael Garakaran is the photographer who first discovered Hashima 5 years ago. It had been closed to the outside world for 35 years, so to get there, he had to sneak onto the island. And what was your first impression?
I think it was so tall, because it's such a compact island, they had to build up. So I came in through this little hole in the seawall, and then right in front of me was the staircase to hell and these huge buildings.
And was it everything you expected it to be?
And more, yeah.
This tiny speck in the South China Sea made Japan rich. In 1810, coal was discovered on the once deserted reef. Mines were built. People came. The money flowed. More than 30 massive concrete apartment blocks were built. Every man, woman and child had roughly 1.5 square metres to live in. By 1959, Hashima had become the most packed place in the world. So they would have been born here, raised here, grew up here?
Born and raised, yep. I've even heard stories that because of the tight living space, that some people had to actually sleep in the closets.
To give you some idea of how small this island is, think of it this way. It's about as wide as the MCG and maybe 3 times longer. What was it like to live with so many people?
Where I lived was a really small room. There were 4 miners, and there wasn't enough space to spread futon mattress for all of us. So I had to sleep in the cupboard for a year.
You slept in the cupboard? Korbata Tomaji was 24 when he came to Hashima.
This was Japan's first high-rise apartment block. We had to wash and cook in the corridors. I remember those days well.
He spent 14 months working in the mines.
It was really harsh conditions in the mine. We worked 1,000 meters down, where the temperature reached 35 degrees, with humidity over 95%. It was almost like working in a steam bath. This is where I lived with my family of 5 until we left the island. There was very little space.
Sakamoto Dukotu grew up here.
This is the pole we used to measure my sister's height. It holds the memory of our life here. There was almost no privacy. But even without privacy, everyone lived so happily. That was a feature of the island. Now it has become a place of silence.
And look at it now.
Yes, and now it's falling into ruin, which is sad in a way, but I find it very beautiful in the sense. I think it's rooted in the acceptance of the transience of things. So basically, things grow and then decay, and this is kind of accepted in Japan. And I think that's kind of deeply linked to what I like about ruins.
So what you're saying is that this island itself was alive and is now starting to die.
Exactly. Well, it was alive, it's starting to die, and now there's a big movement to have it listed as a World Heritage Site and to preserve it. So in a way, it's coming back to life again.
Tell us some of the good memories.
There was a girl I cared for, but I left without telling her my feelings.
She was a girlfriend.
Well, she was almost my sweetheart.
So you left your sweetheart behind.
It sounds like that. I would rather not have my wife hear this story.
That's all right, she won't. 40 years ago, the mine was closed by its owner, Mitsubishi. Everyone on the island was given 3 months to leave. The sounds of children and their laughter disappeared. Sakamoto is leading the campaign to preserve this island forever. For him, January 15, 1974, the day the mine was closed, must never be forgotten. Do you remember that day?
Yes, I recall that day every day.
Sayonara Hashima. Sayonara Hashima.